Jesus.
Thanks for waking up with us.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Stand Focused for Jesus. I want to address this because I have quite a few people. They ask me this question that you see from the title of the video: why I do not allow comments on my videos. And there are multiple reasons why I do not allow comments anymore on my videos. Now, there was a point in time when I did allow comments on the videos, but it just got out of control. It got out of control. What I noticed is, I'm not saying this is for everybody, is that people, the comment section, it can be good or it can be bad. But from what I see, most of the time, the comment section is like a forest. It's like a wilderness, right? And you have people traveling through it because they're searching and seeking answers on certain things. But in the forest, you have wild beasts who are laying wait in the forest so they can pounce on the people who are traveling through the forest. We're just traveling through. And this is what I see, especially in regards to ministry videos and everything, where the comment section ends up being a place where the beasts, they lie in wait to deceive people and lead people astray. I see it so many times, like, nah, especially even with my own ministry, when I did allow comments and I allowed them on a basis of them being approved, it was the same thing. The stuff that people were saying, I'm like, no, you're not about to come say that on here to lead people away because I do not agree with it. Now, you may say, well, people have the right to voice themselves in the comment section. That is absolutely true. But they don't have the right to voice their beliefs or whatever in my comment section on my ministry, because this is my ministry. Which gets me to the second point, which is really the first point. I guess because my mindset is different. I think from the mindset of God. I think from the mindset of a king, because that's what the Bible says. If Christ is king, and he is, well, not he has, but yeah, he has made us kings and queens, for my ladies out there, and priests. And so God doesn't allow just any and everybody to come in his kingdom and say what they want to say. There's certain things that they can say, but if you always notice, there was always a counsel. It was always before God. So that's my mindset. When you come to staying focused for Jesus, you got to realize that staying focused for Jesus is me. You cannot separate the two. There is no staying focused for Jesus without Kelson King. Why? Because that's who God made me. God made me, and then I brought forth, because of his grace and mercy, staying focused for Jesus. When you start a ministry, one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to think of a name. What is the ministry going to be called? You're going to bounce off different names, this and that. It may be your very own name. So I had different names. I'm like, no, this, that, this, and that. And so I prayed about it, and that's the name the Lord gave me. So when you come to staying focused for Jesus, you're coming to Kelson King. I'm opening the door of my heart to allow you into my kingdom, and so you can learn, or we can trade, or whatever it is amongst the kingdom that God has given me. The portion, staying focused for Jesus, is my portion that he has given me. He has tasked me to do. In the same way, I get my own rewards based off of the work that I've done in love here on this earth. In the same way, you get your own rewards. You're not going to get none of my rewards, and I'm not going to get none of your rewards. Now, we can do business together, spiritual business, and you can say, hey, as the Bible says, where Christ is talking about the one that buried his talent, his money, and he didn't do anything with it. Christ told him that you could have gave it to the usury, meaning that you could have gave it to somebody that would have did something with it and brought forth some type of return. So you can do business that way in regards to staying focused for Jesus, which is me, my ministry, where you're like, okay, I ain't really got time to do that, whatever. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on, but I believe in what you're doing. So I'm going to support the ministry in this way. I'm going to support the ministry by sharing the video in regard to something you said, or whatever it may be. I'm going to send it to so-and-so because so-and-so had a question about it. Those type of things or whatnot. Then you have those that come and they're specifically here, which we're all here to learn what the Spirit is saying. If I go to somebody else's ministry, and this is why I say it deals with mindset. If I go to somebody else's ministry, I feel like I'm a guest there. I know I'm a guest there. They're allowing me there, so there's some form of respect, because if a person comes to me, I want them to respect me also. That's what the Bible said, to love your neighbor, you love yourself. So even if I don't agree with a person's ministry, there is still some type of respect there where I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit my butt down. I'm going to listen to what they have to say. And if I don't like what they have to say, guess what? I can leave. And we say, there go the door. There go the door. You can leave. So, like I was saying, my mindset is different. This is my kingdom. Staying focused for Jesus is a part of my kingdom. And I just feel like you're not about to come into my kingdom, my peace that God has given me, and just say whatever the hell you want to say. It's not about to go down like that. That's just my mindset. Your mindset may be different or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You may allow people to come up in your house and say whatever they say, blase, blase, but that's just me. That's just me. Now you say, well, I don't agree with what you're saying. Well, okay, you don't have to agree with it, but it's not going to change anything. I'm not going to open my comment section up. I'm not getting on anybody that has asked me that question. I'm just addressing it because several people have asked me enough times where I feel like I need to address it publicly. So I'm just telling you why. I'm going to give you another example. Your house is your kingdom or your queendom, right? If I'm coming to your house, I'm not just opening the door. I have to do what? Have to knock, or have to ring the doorbell. You have to invite me in. Once you invite me in, matter of fact, let's go back even further than that. If I'm pulling up to your house, I'm not going to pull up any type of way, you know what I'm saying, going through the grass, tearing your grass up, because you're going to come out and like, what in the hell is your problem? Why you coming to my house like you run the place? So I'm going to pull up politely, you know what I'm saying, in my car. You're going to see me coming, hopefully. If you've already invited me, then you should expect me to be coming. I'm going to knock on the door. I'm going to ring the doorbell. You're going to invite me in. I'm not going to force my way in. I'm going to stand at the door, and then you're going to show me around your house. You're going to tell me, oh, you can come in here, have a seat right here. Would you like something to drink? I'm not just going to come in your house and go sit down on the couch and you ain't told me nothing. It's, now if we have that type of relationship with your family, then that's completely different. That's completely different. But the average person isn't about to come in somebody's house and then knock the door down. What is it? That's robbery. That's unrighteousness. So that's the same way I think in regards to ministry. You're not about to come in my house, because the Bible talks about our house being the what? The body, which is the temple. And it's saying, well, you're not going to allow somebody just to come up in your physical house, not just the physical house, but your physical house you sleep in. You're not you're not about to allow them to come in your house and do what they want to, talk how they want to, say all type of stuff and cause confusion in your house because you have certain laws and rules that regulate your house. Whoa. We ain't finna have that language up here. Some people allow all that partying and, you know what I'm saying, lasciviousness and all these different things in their house. That's the laws and rules that govern their house. Other people are more strict. Some people are a little bit more lenient. They will allow certain things and say, okay, I gave you a chance, now it's time to go. Some people, hey, we ain't, none of that. I got neighbors. My neighbors ain't going for that. You see what I'm saying? So it just depends. Me, I got neighbors. You're not about to come over here and be talking crazy, because we keep the peace around here. This is not how we do things in my hood. This is not how my neighbors handle things. How do we handle things as this? I'm gonna tell you how we handle things in my hood, in my spiritual neighborhood. This is how we handle it. We ain't finna make a big old scene. We will make a big old scene, but we ain't trying to make no big old scene. You see, we got property, we got real estate. And that real estate, it holds value, right? And we want to keep the value of our property because we see it as an investment. It's an investment property. This is our mindset. You know, we'd be in one house one day, spiritual house. We'd be somewhere else. You know, investing somewhere else. This is how we get down in my hood. I don't know how y'all do it in your hood, but this is how we do it in my hood, in my gated community, right? We're going to come together with the other neighbors because we all invested in keeping the value of our property up. Yeah, your grass is going to be cut. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all don't like that. I used to like it too. When they had the HOAs and these fees and you got to, you know what I'm saying? Some of that stuff be extreme. I ain't never, you know what I'm saying, had to deal with that personally because I ain't, you know what I'm saying, personally had no house that big. Now my folks did, but, you know, I went on another path. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not ignorant to those things or whatever. Some of it be overboard. But you get what I'm saying. There's regulations because they want to keep the property value up. Many of you understand these things. So you're like, oh yeah, you speaking my language now? Absolutely. Make it plain. We're going to go talk to the other neighbors. Because if I'm a king, then my neighbor is a king or a queen. We're going to go address them directly. My neighbor gonna come to my door, come to the next door. Hey, brother King, I need to holler at you real quick. Oh, come on in, man. Come on in. Now I don't want to come on. I don't want to come in because it's serious. Oh, okay. Now you got my attention because I have invited you in my house and you don't want to come in, so you got my attention. I thought we supposed to be cool. Now I don't like how you've been conducting all these parties, man. You know, we've been getting complaints and stuff, this and that. We don't mind, but you know, you going above and beyond. I'm just using that as an example. Obviously, I don't throw parties, but bear with me. So they're addressing me when they feel like something is wrong. Okay, I got you. So if I keep on doing it, then they bring the neighborhood, the rest of the people. Then when that doesn't go, then guess what they're gonna do? They gonna do what they gotta do. You got to go. You got to go because you are setting a bad example for the rest of us. That's what they did with the owner of the Clippers, or the ex-owner of the Clippers. You got to go. You messing with our money. So I'm the same way. You messing with my spiritual money. We're trying to save souls, precious souls. God has given us a investment, and he's expecting a return on investment. And depending on the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding that you have, the more knowledge, the more wisdom, more understanding you have, then you should bring forth a greater return on investment. Are you understanding? So That is how we handle things in my hood. If a brother or sister got a problem with me, then guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna call me. They're gonna text me, hey brother King, are you available to talk? Which gets to the third point. So we got the first point, we got the second point. Second point, just because I carry myself as a king, because I have a kingly mindset, because my father is a king. I come from a kingdom of kings. That's just where I come from. Which it makes it, let me add this. The hardest thing for me in this life, being a pastor, is not living my full potential physically. Not living my full potential physically. Like, just before I was in here, like when I'm in the shower, I don't know what y'all do when y'all in the shower or sitting on the toilet or whatever, but my brain just be, that's why I be talking so fast, because my brain, like the neurons just they be firing out, But that's just me. That's why I talk so fast, because my brain moves so fast, and it moves so fast a lot of times that I can't even get the words out fast enough. So when I'm in the shower, I'm sitting on the toilet, right, handling my business, I'm thinking about ideas. I'm thinking about how to solve problems. I'm like, oh, this is a good idea. This would be a good real estate app. I wonder if they have this type of real estate app. I go look it up. They don't even have this type of real estate app. This could change the game right here. I got apps. I got ideas. I got inventions. It's like, it's all stuck in here. And then I get frustrated because I'm like, I don't have time to do all that. I have to focus on what Christ has called me to focus on. Some of you saying, well, you should get these ideas, brother, and this and that, because, you can change the world. Well, yeah, I can change the world with my ideas and my inventions, but I want to change the world with the gospel. I want to do what God's called me to do. And if I have time to do those things, then I will do those things. But it's like I said, it's frustrating, because I want to do those things. I want to contribute to society. I want America to be great. But America ain't gonna be great because America's wickedness. So we must address the sin before we can address the physical prosperity of America, because America has been and is a physically rich country. Rather it is fake or not. You can still, get riches here and stuff like that. You can literally fake it till you make it. I would love to contribute to America's society, and and just express the gifts that God has given me in that way. I got some ideas that it ain't some stuff. I got some apps that ain't nothing like it on the market. So the last reason is because I am a personal person. In the same way, my relationship with the Father is personal. My relationship with Christ is personal. My relationship with the Holy Spirit is personal. My relationship with the written word of God is personal. When Jesus had his 12 disciples around him, it was a personal relationship. It was so personal that they had to wash the feet. That was symbolic of something. And we see that all throughout the scriptures. My dad was there in my life, but we didn't really have a personal relationship growing up. There was a disconnect in our family. It wasn't like, a biblical family. There was a disconnect with my brother and myself. It wasn't personal. It wasn't like that brotherly love. It was more like, we in the same household. Yeah, we brothers, but I ain't fooling with you. I ain't fooling with you like that. I don't really know you like that. Some of you know what I'm talking about. It wasn't until I was born again by the Spirit that I started to understand what it meant to be a man. I started to understand what it meant to be a father, and it kindled a fire in me to set an example, a better example than the example that was not only that wasn't set for me, but with so many of my other black brothers and sisters, and also white brothers and sisters out there. But we know that's a curse that is plagued black people, plagued Israel, the fathers not being in there, which is part of the curses. So as I was saying, there was a fire that was and still is kindled within me to be a better example as a man. And then God gave me a wife. And I understood, what family really means in regards to the scriptures, and what, I just started to have a better understanding of scriptural things on another level. Then my wife got pregnant, and she got pregnant again, and we got two boys. And so I'm understanding even more with them. So God has continued to add and add and add and add. And every time he has added something, or added a layer, added a person, there are more and more things that I have learned that have made me a better preacher. They have made me a better man of God. And so, because I now have the family that I have, and I understand how it's supposed to be, and I'm still growing and still learning in that. It's very personal. I'm very personal with my son, with my sons. I mean, my son meaning David, because I talk more to him than I do Abraham, because David understands. Me and my son, we already established before he even came into the world. I already established it. I had a personal relationship with him. I was talking to him in the womb, speaking to him as a man. I raised my, even though he's a boy, I speak to my son as a man. Because that's what I would have wanted somebody to do to me, but I didn't have that. So I talked to him about man stuff. Why is this? Why is that? Why is this, that, this, and that? Hey, that ain't how we conduct ourselves. I tell him why. I don't just tell him, but I tell him why. Sometimes go sit your butt down so if I bust you because I said so. But I talk to him and I explain things to him because I'm planting those seeds. I'm going to give you another story, another example. I forgot what I was telling him, but I was telling him about building houses on rock and not sand. And so I'm talking to him. And my son, oh my God, that boy is grown. That's what they say. Be careful what you pray for. I prayed for a man, and God gave me a man. So it takes a man to help guide and lead another man. Because that boy right there, he's a man. He's a man. My wife had to check him sometimes because he called her by what I call her Ro, and she like, no, mommy. He like, Ro, and she look at him like, boy, and he okay. It's funny. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's not. And I tell her, hey, that's your mama, boy. Show some respect. But you could tell, the man in him is like, he ready to just bust out. It's funny at times. So yeah, I'm telling him about building your house on the rock and everything. And he's, kids they have imagination. He's like, yeah, I got two boys. I think he said he got 2 or 3 children. I'm like, oh yeah? I'm like, so where y'all stay at? He's like, yeah, my house. I think he said that his house was in front of my house or behind our house. And we don't, have a house of our own. We're staying with was her mother. But my mother-in-law, we're staying with her until we can hopefully get some things percolating with our property. Maybe to get a house on that and flip it, and to continue to do that to pour to some people, and Lord willing, get some affordable houses built for our brothers and sisters in Christ. So we're staying with her to help her out with some spiritual stuff. She had to get this house cleansed because, yeah, we can put it like that. Some of you know what I'm talking about because I'm personal with you on that because we talked about that. But we're here to help her. She's getting older. She's about to retire in November, so we are staying with her to help her and stuff like that. And also she's helping us. But yeah, my son was talking about that his house was behind our house or in front of our house. I can't remember specifically. And he was like, yeah, that's why you got to build the house. That house built on the rock. So I'm listening to him, I'm like, oh yeah, it's a building the rock. He's like, yeah, building the rock. You don't build it on the sand, Daddy, because you build it on the sand, it's gonna fall, and when it falls, it's gonna be bad. So I'm sitting there, I'm not like, yeah, boy, I'm saying, oh yeah, I'm like, tell me more. What else you got for me? And then I got done talking to him and stuff. He was saying some other stuff and everything, and then I turned to my wife and said, see, you remember that now? You build your house on the rock, not on the sand. I'm gonna use that. That's wise right there. So that's how I talk to my son. I talk to him as a man, because I'm raising up men, no matter how small they are, no matter how precious they are in my eyes, or those of you who see my children, Lord, they're so precious. They're still going to grow up and be men. So I'm grooming them to carry themselves as such, and ultimately carry themselves as men of God. So I'm personal with them. I'm personal with my wife. Because I didn't have that. Even with my mother, it wasn't a, if you say lovey-dovey, I love you every day, saying hugs and kisses type of relationship. It wasn't none of that. It was like, hey, I love you, right? Yeah, we good. So it was kind of like awkward when we did kiss or something like that, the kiss on the cheek or something like that, or a hug, and it was just awkward because I wasn't used to it, and I had to get used to that. I'm still getting used to it with my wife. My wife, that's the way she grew up. That lovey-dovey, I love you every day and everything. I grew up, we weren't saying it. It was just, some of you know what I'm talking about. I can't really explain it if you don't know. It wasn't said, it was just there. So I'm more and more personal because of who I'm married to, and I don't want that type of, relationship, personal relationship with my own family, because I see how that affected me later in life. Obviously, you don't see how things affect you until later on in life, but I see how that affected me. I see how that affected my brother. My brother, he hates our dad. He hates him. I'm cordial with our dad. I don't give him the title father, because father is special to me. The title father is special to me. Our dad got upset because we didn't send no Father's Day card and all this other stuff. I'm like, you wasn't a father. My brother, he'll tell him, like, you wasn't no father. I just be like, I'm the type of person, depending on the situation, I'd be like, come on, man, I don't get into all that stuff. I don't get into all that. You can let somebody get in your head, boost your head up. You're your children, you do all this for them, and you ain't give them, they ain't did nothing for you or whatever. Well, we do stuff for you. Especially me. My brother, he don't too much food, just in case my dad is watching the video. He knows these things. But that's a special term to me, father. And that's not a term and a title, should say title, that neither one of us give to him, because he wasn't a father. He raises us up to be Freemasons. He raises us up to give us over to the devil. Like, what type of father is that? And some of you know about that testimony, and I spoke about these things or whatever. And my mom, she didn't know her father, so they got that generational curse. And now that generational curse is broke, because I'm saved, I'm born again. My wife is saved, she is born again, and we brought forth 2 children in matrimony. I was conceived in fornication. 2, high school sweethearts, but it just didn't work out for them or whatever. But they were, high school sweethearts. But just being honest, I was conceived in fornication, and never met my biological father. So that's my story. And being saved, being born again, you talk about doing things different, and I'm doing things different. I'm there for my children. I choose to work less and make less money to live the life that Christ has called me to live, not only to preach and make these videos, but to be there for my children. Because, I had never met my biological father. And the dad that I did have, that we did have, meaning me and my brother who came later, we were like 8 or 9 years apart. He wasn't a father. He wasn't a father. So it's like just curses on top of curses. So point being, obviously you get the point, is that I am reserved, but I'm also very personal, and that's what you see in my ministry, and that's what separates me, because my ministry is me. That's why you see me so zealous about certain things, so, you know what I'm saying, passionate in regards to preaching, because I understand what it means to not have a trying to shed some tears. I understand what it means, and, you know what I'm saying, to not have a father there, a biological father. And my brother, he had a biological father there, and he wasn't a father. I know, I understand it from all aspects, 365 degrees. I understand what it means to not have, your spiritual father, Christ. I understand these things, and so these these things have helped mold me into the person that I am today. And that's why I do not allow comments in the comment section on top of the rest of the stuff that I said, because I feel like if you have a question about something that I'm preaching, then you can contact me. Doesn't mean I'm going to get to you right away. And, life happens. I'm not going to sit here and say that I've responded to every single body that I've sent, that not I've sent, but that has sent me a message. But, it's not like I'm purposely avoiding because I don't want to talk to you. But, life happens, stuff happens, the whole coronavirus thing, and, I had 2 children and stuff like that. And I just may have forgot. I may have just been overwhelmed. I may have been going through something personal in my own life. Where I needed to take time apart. I just didn't get to your email right then, or I didn't get to your message right then. Doesn't mean that I hate you or whatever. But I'm trying to do better. I like to use the word trying. I'm doing better in regards to responding and setting up a better system. That's why I have it where you can now send me a message directly to my phone. Because I don't want to, I don't want people to feel like that they can't contact me, or, because we see that so much with ministries. And my comment section is closed, but you have access to me through my phone number. Other ministries, you got to go through this person, that person, and all this other stuff. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they don't have time to get to everybody, but in the same way, they have that right to have who they want in that circle and talk to who they want to, and I have that right also. And, if a person really serious about wanting to know something about me, or wanting to know something about why I said and why I said it the way I said it, then they can easily message me. I got a question about this, and if it's serious, I do my best to try to call you when I have a chance. There's many of you that have contacted me, and I've talked to you on the phone, and we have built relationships off of that, and we, it's really, really personal. You can call me anytime, or you text me, hey, you're busy, brother. You got my personal number, and you text me on a regular basis. You ask me how the children are doing, these different things. But obviously, I'm not going to let everybody in that circle, because not everybody is sincere, and I have that right, because this is my kingdom in the same way that you have that right. So I believe that the mindset of many people, it isn't a kingly, it isn't a royal mindset. It isn't a royal mindset. And that kind of like piggybacks off of another video I just did. I haven't done the editing yet and everything. But yeah, that was real personal. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out because I don't want to keep on or seem like I'm rambling. But yeah, that's why. That's why. This is simple, plain, straightforward answer why. And I know a lot of you can relate to some of the things I said, and if not, then hey, it is what it is. So with that being said, God bless each and every one of you in Jesus Christ's name as always. Stay focused for Jesus, and as you know, the truth is not debated, it is declared.
Thanks for waking up with us.
12.